Make myself a tad taller here. There we go. Hey everybody, how you doing? We're here for an all signs check-in. It is a timeless reading, so it is meant to catch you whenever it is meant to catch you. There will be timestamps in the comments and the description after the live is over. I'll just need a couple minutes to get them in there, so hang tight. For anybody in the chat who wants to call out a sign while we're live, you can. I'm using the Mirror of the Soul Tarot, and I pulled some pineapple charming charms for everybody. So the pineapple charming charms are to help you discern. They may have a message in and of themselves, but they may also be a clue for you that something is definitely for you, or it might help you discern who the message might be pertaining to, especially if you're cross-watching. You may have stuff in the charms if you're cross-watching for a sign, or if you're watching your own sign, you may realize that it's talking about someone linked to the charms. Hey, Risa, how you doing? So you guys can feel free to call out names or signs in the chat. I am a smaller channel. I do not always have moderators on. So there is a 2-minute subscription wait in order to be in the live chat. It helps keep the trolls and the bots out. So with that, if you guys want to throw a sign up now, you can. Otherwise, I am going to default to Aries. We're going to see what's going on. I figured you guys might enjoy this. I got off of my day job an hour early today, so I was just like, hey, all signs. Virgo it is. All right, Virgo. We're going to do you first. Hey, Kristen, how you doing? Aries will be second then. All right, so Virgo, we're going to start with you. Let's show your charms. We have, where did I put that paper? I always forget their symbols. I should probably put it back up to where I can see it. We have the solar plexus chakra. Okay, so you may be working on that chakra presently. It deals with confidence, courage, willpower, drive, things like that, decision making. We also have our little bird on a branch charm. Always reminds me of that Bob Marley song, Three Little Birds, even though it's only one. Then Cancer, then Gemini, heard that. We also have our purplish metallic sparkly star. We have our poker cards. So poker may be synchronicity for you. We have 2 micro playing cards. We have the Jack of Spades and the Ace of Hearts. This could be communication about, I feel like it might even be a divine download that spirit would be overpouring some kind of love to you. And or there's a communication that wants to happen about a new beginning. Positive communication. We also have Scorpio's bead. So you may, or they may, if you're cross-watching, have a significant Scorpio placement. And we have the letter E. If I can get it right ways on my camera. And the letter E. So those are for Virgo. All right. Let's see what spirit needs you to know right now. Well, I'm glad you took a PTO day. Yeah, I'm good. All right, Spirit, what is going on with Virgo? Virgo placements. The house that Virgo rules in your chart. All right, let's get a couple clarities for me. Clarify the Princess of Coins, the Princess of Discs. All right, we also clarified the Ten of Cups, clarify the King of Swords. I just heard, I don't know if y'all watch Tyler's Tarot, but he has some interesting ticks. But when the Six of Coins came out clarifying the King of Swords, I heard him in my head go, yes! Shout out to Tyler. All right. Multiple ones, zeros, and sixes on the board. We have the moon on the bottom. And the Five of Coins on top. So Virgo, part of you might want to move, but are fearing a lack of money right now. You may also, on a side note, be dealing with some kind of really straight and narrow path where you feel like you don't have any wiggle room. Especially financially. You may need to look into other avenues of income, whether it's multiple different avenues or a new one in replace of another that is more lucrative. Okay. We have the Princess of Discs with the Fool, the Ten of Cups with the Ten of Wands, the King of Swords. The princes in this deck are kings. The King of Swords with the Six of Coin, and the Ace of Wands with the Six of Swords. Virgo, I feel like you're like itching for new. Really wanting to manifest something new. Especially if some kind of emotional fulfillment at one point, what felt like a dream, is rather oppressive now. I also think you are cutting off people or energy that siphon off your finances. Like I'm literally being shown those old school money bags and it's leaking. I think if you cut it off, whoever or whatever it is, if you rein it in, that it will be successful for you. I think it will inspire you moving forward. So like if you have someone that you're constantly giving money to and it's like a one-way financial pour, you might be cutting them off. If it's a behavior pattern or an addiction of some kind, you might be cutting that off or cutting back on it. And that could be anything from like drinking wine to online games on your phone, right? Stopping certain spending, like being nickeled and dimed. Like $10 here, $5 here, $20 here, like it starts to add up. I think you're getting real serious about your finances because I think you're real serious about moving forward, especially if you do want to get out of an oppressive situation. I think if at one point you were hung up on a dream and trying to manifest it, that you're in this, I gotta fucking move energy, you know, like I can't stay hung up here. I think you're getting serious with yourself is what it comes down to, Virgo. I think you're willing to take a gamble on certain things, especially with your charms. And you might be getting little bits of information here and there, confirming things for you that you wouldn't otherwise have been privy to. Like you might not witness it, but someone else does and they tell you about it. And I think it's just going to confirm for you that you made the right decision in cutting off whatever you were cutting off, or cutting back whatever you were cutting back. But I think you're hella inspired, especially with the solar plexus energy coming out in the charms. I feel like people need to get the hell out of Virgo's way. Because if you're in Virgo's way, you're going to get run over. That's what I'm feeling with Virgo. I think if you're in Virgo's way, you're going to get run over. They're just like, get the hell out of my way. Get the hell out of my way. Like, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. I don't have money for your shit. Yeah. Oh, I just heard ludicrous. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way. Bitch, get out the way. Move. Don't get in Virgo's way. They're on a spiritual tear forward. Good for you, Virgo. Good for you. All right. Moving on to Aries. All right, Aries. Looking at your charms. Let's get your charms out. We have a volleyball, lavender, and bowling ball. You may need to get out and socialize with like new energy. Doing things in your free time that help tire you out, especially if you're having a hard time sleeping lately. We also have the binoculars. So you or someone else may be spying. We also have a purple flower, light purple for that matter. Reminds me of lilac. We have a mermaid as well, a green one. And the letter D. All right. For Aries. Yeah, you may need to get out and get more active. And I feel like there's definitely this need to socialize. You may also be, like metaphorically speaking, right, volleyball and bowling. You may be going back and forth, like volleying with someone. I do this and you do that. They do this and I do that. Like this back and forth energy. And you may just need to knock it out, right? Like bull strike kind of thing. Let's see what's going on. Spirit, show me Aries. Aries energy. Aries placements. And the house that is significant for them in their birth charts. What is going on with Aries? You guys can feel free to call out signs. I'm doing Cancer and then Gemini next. I could still do Taurus, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Cap, Aqua, or Pisces. What is going on with Aries? Show me Aries. Someone's definitely spying. I've got strong Libra out here, as well as Gemini and Virgo. And I've got the World card, so Saturn and fixed sign energy. I have the Sun on the bottom, so major for Leo, and the 8 of Wands. Okay, Aries. I feel like something lights you up and you're getting pings, like intuitive pings from spirit to move in that direction. But you may have to cut something or someone off in order to get it. And I think you know that it's kind of like, because it's interesting. I'm looking at the bottom of the deck and I'm being nosy. Underneath the Sun is the King of Swords and the Queen of Discs. And the Queen of Discs, the top of her staff here kind of looks like a D20 dice from like D&D. The shape of it just reminded me of that. And I feel like it's a roll of the dice. But if you're familiar with D&D, like rolling a 1 is like an auto fail. And rolling a 20 is like almost guaranteeing yourself to hit the mark, almost. Depends on who or what you're up against. But I think that you cutting someone off, it's a roll of the dice. And I think that you might be putting it off because you're afraid of what would happen if you crapped out, like if you critically failed. Because the way they perceive it, it could be a major betrayal, or they could go into panic mode about a living situation, money, or finances in some way. But there's healing that needs to get done with the Tower. It's necessary to remove the burden, especially if you have like a catalytic or shadow partner. Someone is spying on someone who walked away and created a new foundation for themselves. And I think that's kind of what's being desired. Like someone is looking at someone potentially from their past, spying on someone from their past who is doing well for themselves with the Ace of Pentacles. But it's someone that definitely moved on from you, or that you moved on from them, right? Take it how it resonates. The Lover's card with the Hermit. I think they went on a sage's journey. Like someone chose a highly aligned path, married the self, and found the poison. The poison from within the self that was detrimental to their manifestations. Like someone found out what was holding them back energetically. And with the Seven of Swords, with the World and the Knight of Wands, if someone is involved in what is a highly chemical attraction, like high chemistry, high lust, but it's riddled with all kinds of bullshit, I think they're closing the door on it. Or at least they're thinking about it. It's definitely taking up a lot of their mental energy. The Queen of Wands with Justice, because someone desires balance. Someone wants to receive some kind of fair outcome for whatever they've endured. Especially if they're watching someone else reap the rewards of moving forward and creating stability. It's weird. I'm getting this vibe of like, they want to do what you did. Moving on because of a lack of happiness or fulfillment. They want a solid foundation. But it's almost like a part of them doesn't want to give you credit for being a teacher, for showing them the way. Like they don't want you to be right. But there's a great deal of inspiration here coming from, I think, whoever had moved forward at some point. Whoever I'm talking to or about, they're getting intuitive pings to move in that direction. It does require them cutting off something or someone else, though. And they are hesitant to tell the other person that they're catching up to that they were in fact right, or, you know, admitting fault, right? Admitting that they were wrong. They who was doing the catching up, that is. This may be a connection that maybe could have brought a lot of peace, but it may have been going back and forth for a while. Dodecahedron, yes. Yeah, I feel like someone chose a path and they're kind of striking out. Or they, bowling analogy, put their ball in the gutter. You know, they went to kind of nail it and get the strike, but they ended up in the gutter. And someone else is craving peace. So Aries, my best advice to you would be like, fuck it. Like, if you're really not happy with what you have and you got to roll the dice, roll the dice. The dice gods know all. If you are meant to roll a 20, you will. And if you are meant to critically fail and roll a 1, then you will. You know, and you just got to move from there, but you won't know if you don't roll. Someone is obviously making perception checks. Yeah, I think you might just have to go for it. I think you have to go for it. Though I would advise, if you are going to go for it and you know you have to cut something or someone off in order to move forward in a direction that you want to move forward in, I would not play it safe and not cut off what you need to cut off and go after what it is you want to go after. And just in case it fails, you still have what you've got. I think if you want what you want, because I know how the divine works, okay? If you want what you want, cut off what you don't want first. Cut off what you don't want first, and then go all in. Go all in the direction that you want, because even if it doesn't work out exactly how you'd hoped, you have put yourself in alignment with your highest path, whether you realize it or not, because whatever has to go anyway. So don't, quote unquote, play it safe. Like, if you're going to go all in, go all in. Go all or go home, right? Roll hard. Trust the divine a little bit. Trust your lucky dice. Because whatever's meant to be is meant to be, and you can't stop that, you know. All right. Moving on to Cancer. Cancer. Let's see your charms. We have a hummingbird. Crazy plant lady, succulent charms. You might love your garden or love your plant babies. We also have the Sun card. So maybe super significant if you are a Cancer sun and or if you are dealing with a Leo. And whatever season it is, when you catch this in divine time, like if it's Sagittarius season or Leo season or whatever season, it might be significant to that sign, whatever sign the sun is in right now. Okay, when you catch this. We've also got a crown. Pisces. So Pisces, you may have significant Pisces placements or whoever you're cross watching for does. And we have the letter G. All right. Taurus, Pisces, Sag. All right. I just saw your comment, Kristen. Taurus. Pisces, Sag. All right. So Cancer. What is going on, Spirit, please? Yep, it is literally Leo season right now. Let's see. What is going on for Cancer? Cancerian energy. Strong Cancer placements. In the house that Cancer rules for you in your birth chart. What is going on, Spirit? Show me Cancer. Show me Cancer. What do we need to know? Clarities, please. Give me one more. Love it. All right, Cancer. We have the Emperor on bottom. And the 10 of coins on top. And under that, it wanted to flip in the reverse. It's the Ace of Wands. Cancer. I feel like you've made a judgment call. I think you've made a judgment call. It's success for you. I think whatever call you made, you are apologizing to yourself for it taking you as long as it did to make it. Because I think that it's been something you've been wanting to change for a while. You may also be experiencing some kind of burnout. And to be fair, the burnout may be the reason why you're making such a judgment call. Because I feel like you don't want to think about it anymore. You don't want to think about it anymore. You might even be wanting to almost like redecorate, to pick up your energy. Like wherever you're at or whatever you're doing, or even if it's not like your house or a room, but it's like your car, I think there's something that you want to do to just bring more of your energy into the space. Hey, Love Bug Blues, how you doing? Because you're sovereign as hell and it feels good, right? We got the 9 of coins with the 9 of cups. Sovereign as hell and loving it. You cut off something that was trying to hold sway over you, especially in the form of finance or items or things, right? Because the 4 of Cups in this deck is luxury. I think people who are trying to hold money or have excuses, or you were giving them excuses surrounding money or things, I think you straight up cut it off. Even if you know it is going to take some time to rebuild because it was a failure, right? The Princess of Discs with the 7 of coins here. I'm feeling like there's some kind of immaturity that someone has, especially regarding money or possessions, and how they use it as a manipulation tool. It's almost like someone thinks they could just pull out their wallet and fix it. Or someone who wants you to pull out your wallet and fix it. Or they think if, you throw money into the mix, everything will be fine. Or they lead you to believe that. Take it how it resonates, because it can go either way. But their whole thought process on money energy is really immature with the Princess of Discs and the 7 of coin. Like, money doesn't heal emotional wounds. Money doesn't heal psychological damage. Money can't buy happiness, right? The Ace of Cups with the Star card that follow it. I feel like because you're cutting this off, whatever it is, and it could be anything from a partner to an employer, okay? Anywhere money is involved. Like, they think they could just throw you a 25-cent raise, and it's like, who the fuck you think I am? It's fucking crumbs, Like, I've been with the company for however long, and you're going to give me a 25-fucking-cent raise? Like, it's like that kind of energy. Like, they think they could just throw a quarter at you and everything will be right now. But the workload they put on you warrants like $250. Could also be someone who will like buy you flowers and it'll fix the problem. Well, if I just buy Cancer flowers, they'll lighten up. I don't have to change my behavior. I'll just throw a bouquet of roses at them. And I think you're cutting it off. Clean cut. I'm hearing clean cut. Like, nope. Like the mental clarity that you are making this cut is so strong and so clear. Universe is like, thank you. Thank you. And the healing starts pouring in. The divine love starts pouring in. You might even witness little miracles in your life. That Ace of Cups with the Star card. Little divine miracles. Because you called a spade a spade. You recognized bullshit for bullshit. Yeah, I think you're growing. And just like a succulent doesn't need a whole lot of water, like you don't need other people to really water you. Like you're not desperate. You know what I mean? Like you are not desperate for love energy. I think you're focused on your joy with the hummingbird, the sweetness of life, and anybody who would just kind of throw something menial at you and try and get like a mile out of an inch. I think you put the crown on your own head. You might even be doing some 12th house work. Because I feel like you're cleaning up. Wherever Cancer's at right now, they're in their high emperor energy, making judgment calls. And good ones. Cancer wanted change, and change they got. Good change. Hell yeah, Cancer. Yeah, if someone's on some bullshit, you're like straight up letting them know, like you're on some bullshit. You're on some bullshit. No thanks. No thanks. I'm good. And in fact, the minute you decide that and you cut off the bullshit and you're like, nah, I'm good, like Spirit shows you just how good you are. And you are more good than you thought. Like you are even more good than you thought. So good for you, Cancer. All right. Gemini. Yeah, once the BS starts to stand out. For real. Gemini, let's get into your charms. I've got the United States flag, so you may literally be in the United States. We've got football. We also have our magic carpet. Aladdin may also be a synchronicity for you. I'm also getting like a magical getaway. I've got a white crescent moon as well. For some of you, you may definitely have some kind of Middle Eastern descent. We have the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy. Maybe super significant if you have Jupiter in Gemini. We have the Seven of Spades for our micro playing card. So the Seven of Spades tarot equivalent is the Seven of Swords. So I think if someone is stealing your energy or they're bullshitting you, I think you fucking see it. I think you fucking know. If someone's lying to you, you know. You know they're lying. It doesn't even matter if you want to believe them. You still know it's a lie and you can't unknow it. Other zodiac dice, we have Capricorn, Virgo twice. So double Virgo energy. You could have more than one Virgo placement, including like Mars or Mercury or Jupiter. Could have Jupiter in Capricorn, and we also have Gemini again. So divine confirmation. You may have a Gemini placement and be cross-watching for someone who also is Gemini or has Gemini placements. But yeah, that's triple Mercury. Virgo, Gemini, that is triple Mercury. So you might actually, especially during Mercury retrograde, which is coming up in real time on August 5th, you'll have to check if you're catching this at a later date in divine time when Mercury's retrograding, because I feel like Mercury hit a spot on the pass, is going to retrograde back over it, and then move forward again and hit it a third time, right? Triple Mercury. So if you have a Mercury placement that is, or any placement that Mercury is going to retrograde over, it's going to hit it 3 times. And that might be a significant moment for you. And we also have the letter H. All right, so the letter H may be significant as well. All right, Gem. What is going on? That'll give you some insight, Risa, for sure. What is going on with Gemini and energy? Gemini placements. The house that Gemini rules for you. What is going on with Gemini placements? And the house that Gemini rules for you in your birth chart. What is going on with Gemini, please, Spirit? What is going on with Gemini? Clarities, please. Give me 2 more. I got a side note here. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. Top of the deck is the Ace of Swords. All right, Gem. I feel like someone is speaking a whole lot of truth. I'm getting like unhinged, truth is champion kind of energy off this Ace of Swords. If there's any kind of truth you're withholding, you might want to be very, very honest. Because someone is hardcore in the vibration of truth. And if you're empathic watching this or a feminine energy, I think you've called truce on something and closed it out. Like, as much as you would like to win, you would hate to lose. And so you accepted it for what it is. Like it's reached a stalemate. Like you're not keen on winning or losing. And so you just kind of stopped caring about it. Like, fine, I give up. Like if this is how you're going to be and this is what I'm dealing with, I give up. Right? The World card. I'm not fighting for it. I'm not going to try and win. I'm not going to try and be right. I don't give a shit if I'm wrong or losing. I don't fucking care. I just don't want nothing to do with it. Closed. Yeah, cut off. King of Swords. Cut off. Not interested. And whoever is getting cut off, like they're being forced to find sovereignty. It might be painful for them at first, but they're being forced to heal heartache with the Three of Swords and the Star. The High Priestess with the Aeon, though, it's been a long time coming. Like this is something that someone has probably been avoiding doing for what feels like lifetimes. Their journey is kickstarting. Their inner journey. Because someone said, I don't care. The truth is the truth. It's like Gemini snapped into that version of themselves where they're like, this is the reality. It's like, what does that mean? It's like, if you're going to, like, you can't try and convince someone who is dead set on misunderstanding you, or people can only meet you as far as they have met themselves, or, you know, it's like along those lines. Like, it would be like trying to put a kindergartner in a college philosophy class and asking them to understand. The reality is, it's a fucking kindergartner. They would rather color in coloring books. Philosophy is going to go right over their head. Asclepius and all these different names that would get thrown out. Like they would tune out. I feel like that's what's going on. I think that someone is looking at someone else like they are dense as dirt and it's not worth digging. It is not worth digging in that dirt. Like compacted, mentally fucking compacted. You're like, no, I just don't want to deal with it anymore. I don't fucking care. Like, I don't want to teach you. I don't want to help you. I don't want to heal you. I don't want nothing to do with it. Like, I'm trying to have a conversation with you like professor to professor. And instead, you want to be respected like a professor, but you have the fucking capabilities of a kindergartner. Like, you are not on the same level with someone, spiritually speaking, right? You might be super tuned in and they are so tuned out. You're like, this is legit a waste of my time. They don't fucking get it. Like, they have so many things to learn before I could possibly have the actual conversation that needs to be had with them and have the conversation land and make sense. Like, that kindergartner is going to have to go through first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, all the way up through high school and graduate and then get into college. Like, they have so many things to learn before they are even capable of having that level of conversation with you for it to click and make sense to them, that they would be able to make progress with you. You are far ahead of someone. Far ahead of someone. Far. Like, spirit is like far. Like, ooh, I'm seeing the word like trail off into the distance, like far from someone. It is not worth the effort. The Eight of Coins with the Four of Coins reverse, like you are not putting in the effort to hold on to this. It is not worth holding on to. Matter of fact, I think you're putting in efforts to let it go because it just makes you feel powerless, right? It makes you feel powerless to try and hold on to it. Like you can't get through this person's walls. You can't get through their defenses. You can't get through their emotional reactions. Like you cannot get in. I literally keep feeling like you're trying to have an adult conversation with someone who behaves and responds and acts like a fucking child. Like they would throw a temper tantrum or throw things back at you that are so fucking stupid. And you're just like, what? You know, like what? Like, are we playing the blame game right now? Like, let's see who can be silent the longest. Let's play the silent game. Like, I feel like the more this person talks, every time you try and have a conversation with them, like a real conversation to make progress, it's like you feel dumber thinking that they could possibly understand what the fuck you're saying. Like I'm literally arguing with a child. They are a spiritual baby. They are a baby. Princess of Discs with the Queen of Swords. What's manifesting is a humbling. It's a cutting off of the masculine, right? A cutting off of the head. That's what's manifesting. The more you try to teach this child adult things, and the more they behave like an out of control, not disciplinable child, not taking the lessons, not learning, like the more they act out in response to you trying to grow, what's manifesting is humbling. Yeah, Queen of Wands with the Six of Swords. The more that happens, that you can't get away fast enough. That's manifesting, right? The Queen of Wands is a creatrix. She's a magic energy. She's receiving forward movement. It's divine science. It's spiritual science. You cannot stay around this energy. They are not on your level, and like attracts like. So unless you want to get down to their level and start acting like a child and spell it out for them in crayons and drive yourself crazy because they don't like the crayons. They want to use markers. And you're just like, stop focusing on what the fuck I'm using to communicate with you and just get the fucking memo. Like, I'm trying to spell it out for you in plain English, you know, like basic bitch words that you can understand, and you're mad because it's not the way you want it. Like, hey Lorraine, how you doing? And someone feels super fucking alone. We've got the 10 of Coins with the Hermit in the reverse. Someone might be single inside the house or alone inside their house, and they don't want to be alone. They don't want to do the healing. The Hermit in reverse doesn't want to heal, doesn't want to look within the self. They would rather point fingers and try and bring you back down a peg. And to be fair, the King of Discs, this is that side note that came out. The King of Discs with the 10 of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the 9 of Swords, and the Sun card. watching you manifest, moving forward, being in that 10 of Cups, that fire under your ass to get the fuck away from the nightmare that you're shining. They're still going to blame you. You're cruel. You're mean. You're mean. Oh, man. Gemini, you're mean. You don't want to play these childish games with me? You want to make me grow up? You're mean. You meanie pants. They're acting like a fucking child. Yeah, I'm doing good, Lorraine. Thanks. Good. Glad. Yeah, someone does not want to take responsibility for themselves. They don't want to grow up. That magic carpet getting the fuck out. Like, nope, I'm out. Flying far, far away. From whatever that was. No thanks. No thanks. Really. Feminine Geminian energy is looking at another person like you are so fucking childish. You are so childish that I can't actually stand it anymore. They're like, go home to your mom. Go home. I don't want to play with you anymore. Go home. All right, we're going to do Taurus. Taurus and Taurian energy. Let's get your charms. Yeah. All right. So Taurus, we have amethyst. Although I also just heard 𝐚𝐤𝐫𝐿ite. We've got badminton. The blowing hot smoke cloud. That's a mood. Someone's blowing hot smoke at someone. We've got the white cat. And the red rose. The love letter. And the letter Z. All right. I feel, just looking at the charms, I think someone's upset because someone else's intuition's really clear. And if they were going to try and charm you, like blowing hot smoke and a love letter type energy, they were going to try and charm you to try and use you in some way. I think they know they can't. They want to. But it's almost like your crown chakra is protected. And they're not influencing or negating your intuitive downloads. They're not steering you off your path like they would have hoped. Like even with the rose, if you think about Beauty and the Beast, like there was nothing anybody could have said to Belle to convince her that the beast was an animal. Like she saw the human in him and cared about him, and there was nothing anybody could have said that would have changed her mind. It's like that. Like someone is trying to change your mind and get you off your path, but they can't. Insight, please. For Taurus, Taurian energy, Taurus placements, the house that Taurus rules for you in your birth chart. I'm hearing that song from the movie Grease. You're the one that I want. Shoebox of water, water. Ooh, 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 honey, the one that I want. Clarities, please. Clarify the last one, please. Yeah, this is a fucking theme, you guys. It's not a bad theme, to be completely fair. Six of Swords is on the bottom. Eight of Swords is on top. That's that interference energy. Someone is trying to mentally, like, fuck with you. But you're moving forward from it regardless. With the truth, like, they can't fool you. The Ace of Swords is under that. You know what you're creating. You know what you're creating. I have the Ace of Cups here with the Fool. The High Priestess with the Five of Swords reversed. The Five of Coins reversed with Justice reversed. And the Eight of Coins with the King of Swords. Taurus, you're like a bulldozer. All puns intended. You trust that the universe has something out there good for you, and you are betting on the unknown. Your intuition is letting you know that if you follow the mysteries that you have kind of these inklings towards within the self, these intuitive nudges, that if you follow them, you will not be defeated, and you're not wrong. You're not worried about injustice. You're putting in that effort and cutting things off. Whoever is like blowing hot smoke at you or trying to trick you or deceive you in some way, I think they're pissed. Like, it's not fair. I want what I want, and Taurus is the key to giving it to me. I just need Taurus to do what I want, and Taurus is like doing their own fucking thing. Super clear, listening to their intuition, not worried about defeat at all. Taurus is in their lane. And I feel like they've got blinders on. You know, it's like they're on a road. They know the road they're on. They like the road they're on. They don't know what the destination is exactly. They just know it's amazing. and they've got blinders on. It's not even like they're trying. I don't feel like they're trying to purposefully ignore someone. It's just they could not care less about what is going on over there. They've got their blinders on and they're looking straight ahead at their own path, and they don't really care what's going on to the left or going on to the right. They just don't care. They're focused on themselves. They're focused on themselves, and people could be trying to get Taurus's attention, and Taurus is literally letting it go over their head. Just letting it go by, like in one ear and out the other. Taurus isn't feeling some type of way about it. Like, even if Taurus knows that this person is blowing some kind of hot smoke at them, they're not even being reactive to it. You know what I mean? Like, they're not even being reactive. They could know someone is trying to get over on them, and they just keep la-di-da, minding their own fucking business and keep going. Not even reacting. Not even calling somebody out on their shit. Not nothing. They're just like, I'm busy. I don't have time for any of these interactions. Like, not interested at all. The equivalent would be like if, let's just say, a bunch of people were playing baseball somewhere and they needed one more person to fill the position, and Taurus is off to the side building sandcastles. They're like, oh, if we just had one more player, we could play the whole game. Like, we'd have enough for a whole game if we just had one more person. And they're speaking extra loud so Taurus can hear. And Taurus can hear them, but they don't care. They're enjoying building their sandcastles, just ignoring it completely. Like, hey, Taurus, do you want to come over and play? And Taurus is like, no, I'm good, guys. Thanks. Like, and just keeps going. And they're just like, what the fuck? Like, Taurus, why can't you just do what we want you to do so that we could all be happy? And Taurus is like, I'm already happy with what I'm doing. Why would I stop doing what I'm doing when what I'm doing makes me happy? I'm focused on what I'm focused on. I don't want to play ball. I don't want to play the game. I want to build. Right? I don't want to play your games. I want to build. And so Taurus builds. Cool shit, Taurus. I like that reading for you. Taurus is stubborn as hell too. Like, Taurus doesn't want it. They don't want it. They don't want it. Nope. Can't talk them into it either. Taurus has blinders on. Good shit. Good shit. All right. We're going to get into Pisces. Pisces and then Sag. And then you guys can call out signs if you want me to do them. After Sag, I still have Leo, Libra, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Aquarius to do. We're going to get into Pisces. All right. Pisces. Let's see your charms. Okay. We have the British flag. So you may be over in the UK. We have waves. Big waves. All right, Capricorn, Scorpio, Leo. Got it. We also have the card. We have our astronaut. So nod to Aquarian energy. You might also be getting different space synchronicities. You may be dealing with the waves, right? You may live on the coast or be dealing with like hurricane type conditions. Because I'm getting those waves are big, like dangerous big. I've also got yarn. So knitting or crocheting may be synchronistic. You may be doing that lately. I've also got a black heart and a pink heart. Which black and pink hearts came out. These ones, actually, we're going to get there in a second because this is your last charm. It came out last night in the message in divine timing. I feel like either you're torn between two people, or you're torn between two facets of yourself. You might have like a toxic romantic involvement, or someone that you were romantically involved with at some time, even if the love is gone, or the partnership is over, and then you have this kind of angelic friend energy. It may also be a reminder not to be bitter, because even if they were toxic in this human experience for you, they're your friend and soul on the other side. And they played the villain role in this lifetime to help you learn about your power in some way. To kind of release bitterness or resentment or anger or feeling like a failure. If you have to choose between two people, it might be your earth angel of a friend and a toxic romantic partner. And then we've got the pink heart and gold chains. And I feel like this could definitely be friendship related, especially because Aquarius, right? Because we had the spaceman. Aquarius rules the 11th house of friends. So this may be very, very, very significant for you in regards to a friendship. Let's see, Pisces. What's going on, Spirit? With Pisces energy, the house specifically that Pisces rules inside your birth chart. What is going on? Show me Pisces, please. Show me Pisces. Pisces energy. You may also have a friend that's keeping a secret from you. Let's see what's going on. Pisces, the Hanged Man is out here. That's your energy. It showed up in reverse. Jupiter and Gemini may be giving you some serious fucking challenges. Clarities, please. Okay, so Pisces, I'm going to preface with this. I could be talking to you. Even, cross-watcher, I could be talking to you. I could be talking about you. I could be talking about someone that you know. If it doesn't make any sense for you, watch your other placements. They may make a little more sense. But I'm getting a real specific message. So please don't force it to fit. Just watch your other placements, okay? I've got the World on the bottom and the Sun card on top. Wow. Being in the bottom underneath the World card is the Empress and the Chariot. Ace of Wands, Seven of Coin, Strength card. 10 of Swords. All right, Pisces. I feel like with the Sun on top, you're probably shining really bright. Like maybe the brightest you've ever shined. But there's some serious betrayal happening. Whether it is romantic betrayal, like infidelity, or substance abuse betrayal, where it's like you can only have one love, and if it's their addiction, it's their addiction. Someone might seriously be leaving someone else. Especially if it is addictions. Because they don't want to compete with it. They don't want to compete with the addiction for importance, for what matters. Could be multiple addictions. Sex addiction. I think that you are shining really, really, really bright. And the fact that someone is coming through in such harsh shadow. Especially if it's in the home or the workplace. If home or work has something to do with it. The Seven of Cups in this deck, 𝗃, is about indulgence, excessive indulgence. Comes out with the 10 of Coins. So it's either in the home and in regards to family or in regards to career. So with the different examples that I gave, like it could be a sex addiction and maybe they can't help but have emotional, if not physical, like affairs with people at work. It could be maybe they go out after work with their coworkers and they get fucking hammered or blitzed out of their minds. And maybe you've tried to talk to them about it and you get shut about it. And with the Hanged Man in the reverse, with the Knight of Cups, I feel like you've tried to be reasonable. I think you've tried to speak to them nicely. I think you care deeply. Like you've tried to protect this person from themselves. But you can't stagnate anymore either. And so you're communicating as you can that you're choosing to move forward. You're not betraying this person. You're not being malicious or angry or vindictive at all. You're choosing to move forward. Or at least a part of you does. A very serious part of you does. I think that if anything, I've got triple sixes out here between the Lovers and the 2 6s here. The Swords in the reverse. With the 6 of Coins. You don't want to move forward, though. You would rather this person just get on their fucking A game, right? Like get on the ball and stop fucking around. And it may have been a one-way pour for a while. All the love going out from one person, all the love being taken from the other. And it's been that one-way street for too long. So much so that you might be hoping it wasn't all wasted. Like you've already invested so much. To walk away would have to accept that maybe you wasted your time, your energy, your love. I think that you're really sincere and caring. But they might already have someone else in the mix. Or at the very least, the idea of someone else. I think you would shine your brightest if you ended it and let yourself receive what you're meant to receive when you move major arcana on the top and bottom. I think someone's keeping secrets. And I feel like you might really deeply care about the person. If it's not a friendship, it could be family. But I don't feel like it's romantic per se. It could be. Because you could really view yourself like said person's best friend, even if you are partners. Or you could feel like they're your best friend because you are such a friend to them, but they really don't act like a best friend. You gotta watch, Pisces, because sometimes we Piscean energy can project what they are onto other people and believe in the delulu of it. Like they might be the best friend that someone has and will project, well, this person's my best friend. But they don't act like a best friend. You know what I mean? But because you are their best friend, the best friend they could possibly ask for, you project that label onto them. Well, they are my best friend, when really it's a one-way friendship. It's no different with family. Like, well, I know they love me, I'm their mother, or I know they love me, I'm their father. But you love them because you're their, you know, son or daughter, or you're their mother or father or whatever. But they don't love you just because of the label. They might be really far removed. Like if their actions are disrespectful, then their actions are disrespectful, you know? If their actions are inconsiderate, then their actions are inconsiderate. If they're lying and bullshitting to you and keeping secrets, then they're lying and bullshitting and keeping secrets. If they're omitting, they're omitting. But you're an honest person, and so you want to believe that they are also being honest with you, but you might be projecting what you are with them. You might be projecting that onto them as if they are those things, and they are not. And you want them to succeed because Spirit really wants you to succeed. And I think really kind of wants you to see this. Someone is tied into some toxic shit. And someone might not be ready to admit it to themselves yet. That they really do need to walk away and stop investing in who or whatever this is. It's a bad investment. It's a bad investment of your energy. Whatever or whoever it is. Okay. We got Saggy next. Saggy, then Capricorn, then Scorpio, then Leo. And then you guys can let me know either Libra or Capricorn after. Aquarius, Libra or Aquarius. All right. Stand for Sag. All right, Saggy. Let's get a hold of your charms. Aquarius next. You got it. And then we'll do Libra to close out. All right, so Sag. We got a love pepperoni pizza. We've got pepperoni pizza. Reminds me of the Ninja Turtles. We've also got the World card. So Saturnian energy, fixed sign energy. This specific one is a compass. You may be fixed and following your true north. I've also got the courthouse. So there could be some legal things going on. There could also be divine contracts at play, or some kind of divine verdict, right? Some kind of adjudication, which came out in the energies this week. We've also got the sailboat. You may be traveling with the world and courthouse and the boat. You may actually be contracted to do some traveling. Wow. And we've got the ship's steering wheel as well. Travel. We have the owl. Goddess Athena energy, wisdom energy, nocturnal energy. and our little happy cloud. I'm looking at this little happy cloud, and it reminded me, and if you've ever been in the supermarket and have dealt with it, you're going to know exactly the feeling that I'm picking up on. It's like someone walking in the middle of the aisle, kind of bobbing to their own beat, like listening to the music playing over the speakers overhead. And they're in the middle of the aisle, just kind of looking at what they want to get, not realizing that someone is behind them and trying to like get around them, but they're in the middle of the aisle. And it's like the other person behind them, like, just wants them to fucking move. You know what I mean? Like, I need to get by. I need to get around you. But you're like taking up the whole fucking aisle. Just in your happy space, but you're like blocking out someone else's energy. But you're not doing it malicious. It's just like you're just being who you are. Like, da-da-da. Someone else is getting agitated. I feel like someone else is getting agitated because it's like you're raining on their parade. They're in a rush and you're just taking your time, just rolling on through, right? We also have the Ace of Clubs, our micro playing cards. If it will work for me. Yeah. Ace of Wands is the tarot equivalent. Other zodiac signs, we have Leo and Pisces. It may be in your big three, or it may pertain to someone else. Crosswatcher, it could be you, but it could be someone else this reading is about. And then for letters, we have Z and J. Could be Jay-Z, could be listening to some old school Jay-Z. I just heard, I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. I don't think Sag has a care in the world right now. Just looking at the charms. Let's see what's going on with Sag. Spirit, show me Sag. What's that other song? That Jay-Z song. It was one of his first ones that was like big and out on like MTV. I could see the music video playing in my head. Can I get a? Can I get a? That's the song. Woo woo. Yep. Spot on, Risa. What is going on for Sag? Please, Spirit, show me Sagittarius. Sag's energy. Saggy placements. The house that Sagittarius rules. In your birth chart. What is going on? Can I get a what? I can't literally say all of the lyrics. Nor would I know them all. I would butcher it. But I know the song. It's Can I Get a? Oh my God. What else, Spirit, please? What else? All right, and clarities, please. Sagittarius going through a major transformation. And even worse, if I was broke, would you want me? Six of Wands is on the bottom. Eight of Discs is on top. Yeah, but you can do the dance. Oh, man. Sag, Six of Wands with the King of Wands underneath. That is your energy. Four of Coins under that, and your power moving forward. Ace of Cups under that with the Chariot. Power cards, Sag. That is a power energy on the bottom of the deck. I think someone is sorry. Oh, okay. Someone is sorry. They fucked with you. Sag, if you were in a financial rough spot at some point in your life and someone judged you for it, like, even worse, if I was broke, would you want me? Like, you might have been quite a spectacular person for someone, but didn't necessarily have all your financial ducks situated. And maybe it didn't work out. But now all your financial ducks are situated. And someone's sorry. You really were spectacular, Sag, and now you're financially stable. Now you're rolling in the dough. And they see how well off you are. And you're like, Jigga what? Jigga who? Like, who are you? What? Like, who are you? I think that you went through a major glow up financially with the Ace of Pentacles and the Death card. I think you reworked some timelines. I think you reworked some timelines. And the truth, I think Sag style, you would call somebody out. You would call somebody out. The whole peanut gallery. Whoever the fuck had something to say about you, I don't think you would think twice about it either. Like, you wouldn't be your typical jovial Sagittarian nature. You would be that, did you just give me permission to light a match? Pyro Sag. Let me burn you to fucking ashes. Verbal incineration with the Eight of Wands reversed and the Knight of Swords. Verbal incineration. They don't got no fucking money. They're a King of Discs in reverse with the Hermit and the Nine of Wands. They're up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. Someone is up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. And you, like, went to go find a whole new world type thing. Like the ship, the courthouse, the world. Like, you left Europe to go find the new land. Like, you want to go discover something completely fucking new. Like, They didn't love you at your quote unquote worst, which wasn't even that bad. You just weren't financially stable. But they didn't love you at your quote unquote worst. So why the fuck would they get your best? You're better off than they are. I would fucking argue that you are better off than they are. You're more solid than they are. You're more stable than they are. Like what you've got going on, it's like you donate to charity, but not people charity. Like they're a person that wants your charity, wants your kindness now, wants you to be that kind, jovial, optimistic, we can still be friends, Sag. They want you to be in your good nature. And it's like you're wielding a fireball. Just wielding it in your hands like, I'm going to incinerate you. I would not be surprised if you're catching this in real time because Mars and Jupiter are running on that conjunction, opposing Sag's sign. Like, that could be bad luck for somebody. Sag might have no problem being brutal honest to the point that it would border on verbal abuse. Like Sag might actually take it a step too far. I would argue there is no such thing because it's teaching somebody something. And you wouldn't be guided to say it if it wasn't true. Like there are nicer ways to say no thank you, not interested, but Sag is like, I'm going to say it in such a way that they cannot mix or confuse the words coming out of my mouth. Like, no, we cannot still be friends. Let's call a spade. Like, you're a lying, manipulative piece of shit that wants to take my money from me. You didn't want me then. But I'm good enough now that I have money. You can go fuck yourself. Like, crystal clear communication. They can't question what Sag meant. Well, maybe Sag will still be friends with me. No, Sag told you, you can royally go fuck yourself with a burning dick and see how that feels. Like, brutal Sag. Brutal Sag. Somebody gave Sag permission to light a match. That's what this feels like. I don't think it's any hash off Sag. Victory card on the bottom with the King of Wands in their power, holding power, moving forward. Ace of Cups. They're in the divine's favor. Sag is in the divine's favor. I wasn't good enough for you then, but I'm good enough for you now because I have money. Because I'm still the same person. I'm still the same good person. The only difference between me then and me now is money. But I wasn't good enough for you then. But I'm good enough for you now. Go burn in the bed you made. Go burn in the bed you made. Brutal Sag. You're cross-watching. You're cross-watching for a Sag and you're wondering if you should reach out to them because they're doing really good and you kind of miss them because they really were a good person and they're stable now. If you think about reaching out to Sag, I would really question that decision. I would really think twice about that. Sag would torch you. Those cards, Sag would torch you into oblivion. Your ashes would fucking cry. Mm-hmm. Jobless. Oh, Kristen. Oh my God. Yeah, Sag will tell you to go suck on a barbed wire bat. Like, that's the thing about Sag. Sag can't help that it is in their nature to teach high lessons. It really is about appreciating people for who they are, not what they do. And if someone didn't appreciate Sag for who they were and were only interested in what Sag could do for them, they're going to teach. Sag is going to teach. Go rock out to some Jay-Z, some old school Jay-Z. Can I get a fuck you? Sag's like, yes, you can. Fuck you. How about that? All right. Capricorn. We're going to move on to Cap. Your charms. All right. We have our happy lightning cloud, which means I don't want to do it, but I'm doing it. I don't want to have to do this to you, but you're leaving me no choice. Mood. We've also got the moon card. Might be super significant for Capricorn moons. Could also be Pisces and Cancer. Could also be illuminating through an illusion. We have the windmill. Traditional energy generation. That's what I just heard. We also have the saw. The clothes iron. The dove of peace. The Queen of Clubs, the Queen of Clubs, and the Three of Hearts. Tarot equivalents are the Three of Cups and the Queen of Wands. We have quite a few different beads out here. Signs. I have Pisces, Virgo, and Cancer. So if you're cross-watching, they may be in your energy. If you are Capricorn, this may resonate to someone who has strong Pisces, Virgo polarities in their chart or strong Cancerian energy. And then letters. I've got V, A, G, I, C, and then JJ. Some of y'all were about to go dirty when I started saying VAGI. There's no N. There's not a second letter A. Okay. All right. Let's see. GA could be Georgia. We've got CJ out here too. AC could be like Atlantic City. But those could be significant initials for you. I've also got CIG, like cig, like cigarettes, maybe a smoker. Got VA out here. You could be a vet. Could be in the VA. VI could be Virginia. Or is Virginia VA? Because that could also be Virginia. VAC, you might need to vacuum. Yeah, I got way too much Scorpio on my chart to not have a slightly dirty mind, and my Saggy cannot contain it. For real. CGI might also be in special effects. I also got CA for California. But you'll know if any of those make sense for you, okay? VCAGIJJ. All right. Let's see what is going on for Capricorn. Let's see what is going on with Capricorn. I love y'all. And I love that y'all love me. Oh, man. Insight into Capricorn, please. Spirit, Capricorn energy, Capricorn placements, the house that Capricorn rules for you in your birth chart. Got the Magician out, 6 of Cups. 2 of Coins, Empress. Clarities, please. Magician's clarified by the Lovers in reverse. 6 of Cups is clarified by the King of Swords. Two of Coins is clarified by the Ace of Swords, and the Empress is clarified by the 4 of Cups. Got the Hierophant on the bottom, with the Queen of Swords on top. King and Queen of Swords are both out on the board. Okay. Just FYI, if someone is preggers, they're going to keep it. All right. Looking at these cards, I feel like someone learned a lesson, but they were like deep in their shadow in order to learn it. but they learned it nonetheless. They were deep, deep in their shadow when certain things transpired, but they did learn the lesson nonetheless. Their darkness served their light well. And they moved on, right? And they moved on from it. Whatever that darkness was, they chose to not choose something anymore. If it did pertain to a soulmate, they cut it off. Hard cut. But there's something transpiring with the person that got cut off. And there might even be some kind of truth coming out about the change. Really, the Two of Coins is Jupiter in Capricorn. Jupiter is quincunxing on your sign right now as wild card energy. Empress is Taurian energy. Uranus is in Taurus right now, trining on your sign. I'll say this, Cap, because you've got quincunxes coming from Leo as of right now as well. Double quincunxes create 𝐤𝐸𝐯𝐢𝐷s. 𝐤𝐸𝐷s are destiny's direction. Whatever change takes place, just know it is in alignment with the high truth of the divine, that it's of some significance or importance, that you are being called to a certain path. And or you may be on your high path and have something coming in that is trying to prevent you from it, when you are meant to receive the Ace of Cups. You are meant to receive the Ace of Cups from the divine, like it is not your actual lesson. Like, I'll give you an example. And it might not be a popular opinion, but it's an example, okay? It's an example. Maybe at some point you were screwing around with somebody and they got pregnant, or you got pregnant, and they or you decide to keep the baby, right? This is just an example of the energy. You can apply it how it makes sense to you. But if the other person or you do not want to be involved, like, just because they got pregnant and kept the baby doesn't mean you want to be involved. You might be on a very solid trajectory in another direction, especially if you knew they were screwing around with multiple people. Like, they would try and have you stall whatever path you're on to, like, hook you into whatever choices they decided to move forward with. And vice versa. Like, let's just say if you did get pregnant yourself and someone truly does not want to be involved, maybe they're already screwing around with someone else. But if you choose to keep it, then you choose to keep it. And you got to know that there is a destined direction and alignment with that, with or without said person. Like, Capricorn, whoever I'm speaking to, is on a very specific trajectory that is destiny's direction. And if you don't want to be involved, then don't be. Because they have healing or a certain trajectory that doesn't involve you then. And vice versa, right? Hey Lala, how you doing? But it's something like that. Like, just because someone makes a choice doesn't mean you also have to choose it. And just because someone won't make a certain choice doesn't mean that you shouldn't make the choice then, just because they don't. Like, your choices have to be your own. I think if you did, in fact, cut someone off for whatever reason, they need the humbling. They need the humbling. There's something about it. Like, they cannot carry on with that kind of behavior and just expect people to do whatever for them. Right. It could be a reality where, like, maybe you moved on from a toxic partner who was non-committal or had communication issues, or they didn't know what end was up, or they were talking to multiple people and they wouldn't, you know, settle into some kind of happiness with you. And so you cut them off straight, like, had that moment where you just were done. Now maybe you've moved on to somebody else. Maybe you're really happy with this new person, whatever. And now all of a sudden this past person is trying to come back like, hey, I miss the value of you, and all of these other options I had going on didn't work out. So could we, like, try again? Capricorn's like, I cut you off solid. Like, there is nothing you could say that would make me change my mind with the decision I've already made, right? It's like a CEO, Capricorn, like the CEO, like, you've already been fired. What do you mean you want your job back? You're fired. I fired you for a reason. I don't care what you do. I fired you. Take your things and go. That's the vibe I'm feeling for Cap. Like, Cap is in that mindset of, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter how you plead your case. It doesn't matter what facts you throw at me. You could throw fact after fact after fact after fact at me, and they could all be very much true. They're facts. Don't care, though. Don't care. I cut you off. Respectfully. Leave. And that's just where Cap's at. I think Cap learned a lesson. They went to a dark space in their energy to learn that lesson, but they learned it nonetheless, and they are not reopening that course and retaking it. They're like, I already passed that course. I'm not retaking it. I have no reason to retake it. Like, it was a brutal class. Like, why would I retake that class if I passed? Right? If you think about it like school. We're all in soul school here. Capricorn passed a class. They passed. They don't need to retake it. They got the credits for it with the divine. Like, they got their credit. They passed the class. They're not retaking it. They have no reason to. They moved on. So, yeah. Cap, I think you wish them peace. I think that it's one of those moods. Like, if I got to do it, I got to do it. I hate to be the one to, you know, bring the lightning bolt of revelation that shocks the shit out of your system and reveals how much of a storm of your energy that you're in, but someone's got to fucking do it. Like, if I have to, you know, give you that clarity, right? The moon, if I have to bring the lightning in your dark night and light it up in there so that you can see your own bullshit, well, so be it then. So be it then. Especially if someone thinks they can get back into your energy or in your good graces with some sexual shit. Like good old times and good old days. Like, no. It's not even attractive. Like, the way I feel about you, it just screams desperation, which is even more unattractive. Capricorn's not interested. They ironed out their clothes. There's no wrinkles. Traditional energy regeneration. Cap used the storm, used the wind to power themselves. Yeah, some kind of third party energy is trying to come back in. Cap is like, no. Very clearly, no. I feel the disgust. I do. I feel the disgust. Like, ugh. Nope. All right. We're going to get into Scorpio. Scorpio's charms. We've got are impossible to mediate. Scorp, you may be someone mediating between you and someone else. One person who is willing to work through it and one person who cannot wait to rain on the other person's parade. Like they are not down for the mediation. Okay. Not in. We've also got a syringe, nod to the medical field. We've got a lollipop. We've got two micro playing cards, the Jack of Diamonds and the Jack of Clubs. Tarot equivalents are the Knight of Coin, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Hey, Kelly, how you doing? We also have Leo out here and the letter V. Ooh, I showed it upside down. Letter V. Okay. That's just it, though. The two clouds inside the mediation charm. One might be slow moving and the other one is really fast, right? The Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles are completely fucking opposite. One moves hella fucking fast like wildfire and the other one is super slow, afraid to take a step forward. And someone might be trying to inject some kind of healing into it and it's like they need the lollipop after the doctor's appointment kind of thing. Like, that was hard. Tell me I did a good job. Can we go out and do this? Can we go out and do that? Make it all better. Right? The doctors is scary. Mediation is scary. And I did my best. I was a horrible patient. Can I have a lollipop? What's going on? What's going on with Scorpio? Scorpionic energy. Scorpio placement in the house that Scorpio rules for you in your birth chart. What is going on? For Scorpio. Cross watchers, take it as it resonates. All right, what is going on for Scorp? Yeah, we literally got the truce card out first. Definitely someone trying to mediate between two people. Got the Nine of Wands and the Emperor here with the Chariot. Scorp. think it's you that is having a hard time with the mediation. Ten of Pentacles is on the bottom. Universe is on top. Scorp, whether you are the mediator yourself between two people or someone is attempting to mediate between you and someone else, I don't think you're happy about it. I think you know the truce is bullshit. With the 8 of Swords and the 4 of Swords for a total of Swords. I think you know that someone is stalling. Or that someone's playing games. Like, I don't think you would be against mediating. I don't think you would be against working it out. I think you're specifically against it because you know someone else is bullshit. You don't want to be the mediator. Or have someone try and mediate between you and someone else who you know it's bullshit. Especially if it's someone that you live with and or work with. Or some other atmosphere where money is involved or exchanged. Or if they owe you money. Or if they're constantly trying to borrow it. I'm hearing TLC, no scrubs. You don't have a car, you're walking. Oh, yes, son, I'm talking to you. If you live at home with your mama, oh, yes, son, I'm talking to you. Oh. Someone either wants you to play mediator and you do not care for it at all, or they are trying to mediate between you and someone else and you know this person's energy is in the fucking scrub zone. I think with the 9 of Wands and the Moon card, I think you know someone's calling victim. Like someone is playing the victim card. Well, Scorpio said this or did this and was mean to me, or Scorpio didn't want to do that and blah, blah, blah. And you've got your fucking reasons, but they're playing the victim card. They're trying to twist it. Someone is trying to twist it to make you out to be the bad guy when you just smell the fucking bullshit. The Emperor with the Hermit in the reverse. I can't help but feel like this is someone who is so fucking ignorant. Like they're in their power, right? They want to be in this power. They want to be in control of the situation, but they don't want to do the healing. They want to control all of the energy in the room. They want everybody to do what they want them to do, but they don't want to heal. Just let it go, Scorp. Just let it go. Scorp's like, no, that's bullshit. The Chariot with the Star card and the Hierophant in the reverse. I think that you're moving forward because you don't believe someone can heal. You think we like the same songs? I would agree then. Yeah. I think you are moving forward because you believe that someone can't heal. You don't believe it. Healing, you don't believe it. You don't believe that someone is capable of it. because they don't want to. And you would not be incorrect. They don't want to heal, right? They want to be in control. They want to throw their weight around. They want everybody to change around them, for them, deal with them, put up with them, tolerate them. And Scorpio's like, no. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your label is. I don't care how long you've been involved with all of us. I don't fucking care. Scorpio's like, I'm calling a spade a spade. I'm calling bullshit. I literally just saw like the old maid, like that old card game. Like if you got stuck with the old maid, you lost. And Scorpio is looking at everybody else. Like, if you want to get stuck with the old maid, that's fine. I'm not playing this fucking game. I'm out. I got rid of all my cards and I don't have the old maid. I didn't lose. You want to keep the old maid? You keep the old maid then. Yeah, grumpy old bitch. Like, you could be dealing with a man or a masculine who has shadow Virgo energy going on. If they're a Virgo or have strong Virgo placements and they're in their shadow, you could also be dealing with, regardless of gender, it could be a feminine energy who is just super fucking controlling and refusing to heal. I've also got Pisces out here. I've got Saturn out here. So they could have Saturn in Virgo, their moon conjunct Saturn. I've also got Cancer, Aquarius, and Taurus out here. Taurus shadow. Someone who was stubborn as hell. And I, Scorpio, I think you're mirroring their energy. I think you were coming forward equally stubborn because you're moving forward and healing. Like, you are not buying the bullshit at all. Like, you're looking at them like everybody else is like, it's like having a salesman inside the home and everybody is talking about, oh, did you see these products they were talking about? They're so great. Did you hear all the things that they said? These products will change. You bought this shit. Like, you bought that spiel. Like, they're a fucking salesman. Salesmen are con artists. Like, you can't see through that. What? Like, Scorpio sees right through it. And everybody else is like, yeah, let's believe the salesman. Let's believe the con artist, right? And Scorpio's like, no, y'all can waste your money on that shit. I'm not buying it. I can get something better and cheaper off of fucking Amazon. Like, Scorpio's not playing that game. Scorpio is not playing that game. Seeing right through it. And Scorpios have that mindset, like, and you want to vilify me for it? You want to call me the bad guy because I'm the only one that doesn't want to jump on board with the bullshit? Fine, vilify me then. Like, fine, vilify me then. I'm still not jumping on board with the bullshit. You cannot make me. Very fixed energy, right? Fixed energy. Scorpio got a whiff of something foul intuitively, and they cannot ignore the fact that it was fucking foul. I don't like it. It could be your problem. But they ain't mine. Good for you, Scorp. All right, we're going to do Leo, then Aquarius, and then Libra. 2/19/34. All right. Leo, your charms. We got green eyes. Always reminds me of that Coldplay song. Always reminds me of that Coldplay song, Green Eyes. We've also got our purple diamond. The Star card. Nod to Aquarius and Uranian energy. We also have a Christmas tree charm. Ooh, if I could hold it. I felt that slipping. And I heard Noel, so that might be just really significant for someone. Maybe it's your name, maybe it's your favorite song, Christmas song. I've got a chainsaw. Oh my God, really, Spirit? You know, because you see a chainsaw and you immediately think like lumberjack, right? Or someone cutting down trees. I heard the 𝐴𝐴𝐴 song, Heads Will Roll. Spirit, I'm done. I'm done. Oh my God. I love the 𝐴𝐴𝐴s. But for real. Was not expecting that download. All right. We also got a unicorn. And we have 2 micro playing cards. We have the 10 of Spades and the Queen of Cups. Tarot equivalents are the 10 of Swords. Well, the Queen of Hearts is the Queen of Cups. And then letters, we have X. Okay, maybe a nod to the app formerly known as Twitter. Could be an initial. Maybe you just went and saw the Deadpool Wolverine movie and you like X-Men or something. I feel like looking at the charms, Leo, someone might have betrayed your heart space or vice versa. You could have betrayed someone else's, maybe but a connection was sabotaged with a unicorn type energy. And I think that it might be a spiritual or egoic decapitation, so to speak. Especially if they have green eyes, or if you do. Because someone got really, really humbled. Something could have happened around Christmas between you and someone else. This may be super significant if you're catching it in divine time sometime in the future and it is Christmas. I mean, literally X is Xmas, like Christmas. Yeah, X marks the spot. I think someone might have been a treasure. A gift. Right? A gift. But the Queen of Hearts got betrayed. What is going on with Leo? What is going on with Leo? Leo energy, Leo placements, the house that Leo rules for you in your birth chart. What is going on with Leo energy? Wow. Clarities, please. Oh, wow. I'll stop wowing. I'll fill you in a second. Let me get all these cards out. Wow. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the 5 of Cups. Top of the deck is the 4 of Swords. Leo. I got the Wheel of Fortune reversed, clarified by the 9 of Coins, with the 10 of Cups clarified by the Empress, and the 9 of Cups clarified by the 10 of Swords reversed, and the Ace of Swords clarified by Judgment. But Someone thought they can live without you and they can't. They want a truce. They're extremely depressed. They're seriously depressed. And the happier you are, the more depressed they get. The more things work out for you, they just plummet even further. Wow. Someone spiritually hung themselves. And you've got everything coming in. The 10 of Coins is on the bottom. Sacred Soulmate, 6 of Cups, Emperor, the Sun, Queen of Cups on the bottom. Like someone fucked up. Someone fucked up. And if they thought that you were going to be a mess, if someone thought that you were going to be a mess after cutting them off, that you weren't going to just move on and be better, you literally took their head off. Like that's what you thought. You thought that you could betray me, that I would get to the point where I cut you off and that I would be upset after? You thought I would be upset after. You hurt me and betrayed me to the point that I cut you off. No matter what the betrayal was, energetic betrayal, doesn't matter what kind of betrayal, there's all kinds. You betrayed me to the point that I cut you off. And you thought I was going to be sad. You thought I was going to sink. You thought I was going to suffer. You thought I was going to miss you. You thought I was going to miss you? Leo's perfectly fine. They're more than fine. They're 10 of Cups and Empress thriving. Dream thriving. Wish fulfilled. No more betrayals. 10 of Swords reversed on the 9 of Cups. Leo's like, thank you for showing me your true colors. For real. Like, thank you for showing me your true colors, because now I'm experiencing all this fucking wealth of energy and you ain't getting shit. Thank you for showing me your true colors. Do I miss you? No. No, not even a little bit. No, not even a little bit. You're sad, you're depressed, you miss me. Leo's like, that's not my problem. If you're sad, that's not my problem. You're depressed, you're sinking, you don't know what you're going to do without me. That's not my problem. You probably should have thought about that before you hurt me, before you betrayed the heart that was loving you, the generous, kind, proud heart that was protecting you. You probably should have thought about that before you fucking stabbed it. Because that heart died and it doesn't love you anymore. It wishes you well. It doesn't fucking care. Leo's like, what chances? You want what? He was like, I'm sorry. Did you ask me for something? You want what from me? You expect me to forgive you for what? On what reason? Well, we were best friends for years. Leo doesn't fucking care. We're not best friends no more. It ended the day you did that. It's no different with family. You betray Leo, Well, I'm your father. You have to forgive me. I'm sorry. You're my father. You should have never done that to me then. No. The answer is no. Leo has way too much pride and respect for themselves to deal with shit like that. You heard a Leo? Legit. Especially more than once. Like, fool them once and shame on you. But fool them twice, Leo will get fucking pissed at themselves. You will never get a third chance. Never. Leo will be so fucking mad at themselves because you already did it once and they trusted you and you did it again. No. Leo's like, who the fuck are you? If whatever label didn't stop you from treating me that way, there's no label in the world that can make me forgive you and take you back. Makes sense to Leo. Oh, you didn't care about labels back then? You didn't care about how much I loved you back then? And you hurt me. Roar. Leo will remind you who the fuck they are. You mess with the king. You will not be able to tell about it. Leo doesn't care. Leo's like, if you're depressed and you're sad and you can't live without me, then I guess you're going to have to go die in your fucking sad little hole. Then I guess you're going to have to go die in that sad little hole. Not Leo's problem. Nope. Y'all need to start learning about fire signs. For real. I mean, I would argue y'all need to start learning about all the signs, period. But, you know, details. All right. Aqua and then Libra. Aquarius, your charms. Oh, let me get your timestamp. It's bad enough I already missed two of them and I got to go back and hunt. All right. Aqua. We've got headphones. Specifically, noise silencing headphones. We also have our raining cloud, but they're raining different colors, so rainbow rain. I think you might be sad, but you're still loving other people through it. Like, it actually might make you feel better to be there for someone going through a hard time when you're going through a hard time yourself. Like, it actually makes you feel good to be able to water others, especially when they need it. It might actually pick you up out of your own lows, or that might be the vibe right now. I've also got a little 𝐷𝐞𝐫𝐿, a cute one. You might have a cute little 𝐷𝐞𝐫𝐿. And we've got Baby Yoda sipping on his tea. Aquarius, you might have like an alien child. Like something. Oh my God. If they were born with like Uranus and Aquarius, or if they were born with like some crazy Aquarian placements, Saturn and Aqua, like, they may be in this earthly world, but not of this earthly world. Oh my God. I'm also getting pings towards autism. Exceptionally bright, but very different. Interesting. Also got a couple micro playing cards. The 9 of Hearts and the Queen of Diamonds. Tarot equivalents are the 9 of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. There is something about a child being right. There is something about a child being right. I don't know who the child is, but there is something about the child being right. And you might be surprised as hell that they picked up on it and or that they are so right. Because it's almost like it came out of left field. It's just the vibe I'm getting. I've also got, what are these called? A stethoscope? Hear the heartbeat. And breathing, something that nurses and doctors and stuff use. Might be a nod to the medical field. And or they may have asthma or breathing issues. Severe allergies, you or someone else does. I also have the letter S. Really, noise silencing headphones. It might be very good for them. If they don't handle stimulation well or being out in public very well, especially if there's a lot of background noise or chatter, it might actually really help them if you do have a child with autism to get them noise silencing headphones so that they can look at and focus on what they want to look at and focus on without all of the crazy auditory distractions. Might actually be good for them. I'm no doctor, but I would give it a shot. That might be super specific for someone. What is going on with Aqua? What is going on with Aqua? Aquarian energy, Aquarian placements, and the house that Aquarius rules for you in your birth chart. What is going on with Aquarian energy? Spirit, show me Aqua. What is clarities, please? Someone might have strong or significant earth energy in their chart. And maybe some strong or significant fire, especially Sag. You have the 6 of Swords on bottom and the 5 of Cups on top. I feel like when someone is around someone else who is in misalignment, their mental energy kind of starts to skits out or go haywire. Even if you're an adult, like if you're dealing with or talking to someone who is in misalignment, your mental computing starts to go haywire. You feel like you can't think straight, or you start thinking things that you would never normally think, and it just feels scattered. It's because whoever you're talking to is in misalignment. Something about pinwheels. That's so random. But yeah, I feel like if someone is in misalignment, their mental energy goes fucking haywire. Because they're not acting right or talking right, or they're not in the right vibration. You may have a child whose energy is so sensitive to the energy of other people that when said person is around, their energy goes haywire. And it's because that person specifically is in misalignment. Whether that person is around or you're talking about that person, they start to create distractions and they can't help it. The Hermit in reverse with the Queen of Wands. Like if someone doesn't want to heal, if someone doesn't want to look within their own selves, this Queen of Wands, I'm getting like, look at the energy on the card. It's like she's taking off like a rocket. I've never read this card that way. It's like she's taking off like a rocket. High speed. The cat on the card is a cheetah. This person's energy starts to move really fast. It accelerates very quickly. And there is no peace there, and it becomes frustrating, right? It's a burden to not have this energy in alignment. The Four of Swords in the reverse with the Ten of Wands. It's a burden to have whatever this energy is and said individual skyrocket off, shoot off, and become chaotic. But at the same time, if who they were around or who they were listening being talked about was different, they wouldn't be acting out that way. The King of Coin with the Six of Cups. They demand stability in the reality. They demand protection in the reality. I'm hearing the word demand. They demand protection. You cannot be in misalignment around this individual, or they will act out, and it's not their fault. It's the fault of the person who is in misalignment and refuses to see themselves and or change or adjust. They're a wounded healer, this individual. They're a sacred soulmate who deals with a lot. I don't think it is possible for anybody else to comprehend exactly what it's like to be inside their brain. I'm also hearing, God, this is so specific. I'm sorry. I don't intend for it to be specific like this, but when the messages come through like that, I just gotta give it the way it is. Like oxygen deprivation. Like in the womb or as a child, or they hold their breath and they don't breathe, right? Like even with the stethoscope, right? We listen to breathing with it. They might turn beet red. Especially when they're angry, and it's because they're not breathing. They're so angry, they're holding their breath, you know? Whatever this is, Aqua. Whatever this is. I really think you have to look at the long-term balance of things. And if you have a person in your reality who is literally like an energetic antenna, and they just gauge the energy around them, the people around them, and they act accordingly, you really have to take into consideration who is around this person then, especially if they are your kid. Because if someone is constantly setting them off, it's not fair to them, and they can't help it. They're like a fucking antenna, and they feel this person's energy and they can't articulate it. It's just reactionary. Like they literally have a physical reaction to encountering their energy or people talking about said energy of a person. Like every time you bring up this person, you know, the kid starts to fire off, and it's because your energy shifted talking about that person and bringing their energy into the room. Someone is highly sensitive to energy. And instead of treating it like a burden, like a disruption, I would start to look at that shit as a blessing. Because if you don't fucking see it, or you're making excuses for it, or you're tolerating certain things, if you put this person, this sensitive person, priority, put them first, they will cut all of the bullshit energy out of your life. And they'll be at peace. And that's how you'll know you're in alignment with every single person in your life, because you can bring up anybody. They could be around anybody. Anybody you bring around or talk about, and they'll be fine. That's how you know you're in alignment. You might have a literal blessing in your reality and not realize it, because it might not be being handled properly. And or if you really do want to focus on your own shit and your own energy, I would get them noise canceling headphones so that you can go through your journey or talk about or to who, whatever you need to do, and not have their energy disturbed, because they are that kind of sensitive. Really. S for sensitive. All right, Aqua. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. And finally, Libra. Timestamp for Libra. All right, your charms, Libra. We've got Mary Jane. You may be in a state or place where it's legal. You may be a little high right now. You may need some to calm your fucking nerves. That could be CBD too. Doesn't have to be weed. Okay. We've also got the Ram here. So your polarity You may be dealing with that in your own chart, the Aries Libra duality. It may be nodal for you right now because in real time, the nodes are in Aries and Libra. You may be dealing with someone who also has strong or significant Aries placements in their chart, or you may need to watch the Aries reading, especially if you have strong or significant Aries placements. Like, I don't know, Mars. Let's see. We've also got the Sun card, Leo energy. Could also be significant to the zodiac season that you are watching this. As of right now, present day, it is Leo season, but whatever time you catch this, whatever zodiac sign it is, that may be significant for you. We also have the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy. Jupiter in Libra, Aries, or Leo may be significant. You may also have an interesting Sag placement or Pisces placement. Jupiter was the original ruler of Pisces before Neptune. We also have a white butterfly. They could be synchronistic for you right now. You could be seeing a lot of them. We have a rocket ship. Oh, I just heard that 𝐬𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐿𝐼 song. I gotta go. I gotta get away. I gotta fly away. Right? Lenny Kravitz. Fly? Is that the song? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, fly away. Lenny Kravitz. I also got our purple mermaid. Rocket Man. Yeah. Rocket Man. I've also got some black lightning. Ooh, Libra. That just gave me like Lilith and Uranus vibes. Not in a good way. We also have one of our micro playing cards. It is the King of Clubs. Tarot equivalent is the King of Wands. Doubling down on Sagittarian energy. We also have Leo in the beads. So doubling down on the Leo energy. And Virgo. We've got Virgo here. So you may have stronger significant Virgoian energy in your chart. Or the person that this reading may pertain to for your understanding has those placements significant in their chart. We also have a letter S. Okay. S may be significant. Pink is for females. All of the letters are colored for people who need it real specific. You're not meant to get hung up on the colors, but for people who need it real specific to help them discern. Could be a female. All right. Spirit, what is going on with Libra? Libran energy. The house that Libra rules for you and your birth chart. What is going on? Show me Libra, please. Show me Libra. What is going on with Libra? What is going on with Libra? What the fuck is going on with Libra? This Hermit keeps showing up. I know Mercury's about to go retrograde in Virgo, but for real, Hermit keeps showing up. In divine time, I hope it makes sense to you. What are you afraid of? Libra. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Cups. Top of the deck is the Queen of Swords. That's your energy. It could also be Aquarian energy because the queens are fixed. And fixed air would be Aquarius. Something is fucking complicated. Because I got the two knights out here with the queen. And then underneath that Eight of Cups is a Queen of Cups, a knight, another king, a princess, like lots of people. Something is fucking complicated. A Queen of Cups or someone who is high water might, like a fucking flash, be moving in to a situation like fire under their ass fast. Putting themselves into a situation in order to almost like put everybody in their place and calm things down to bring balance, because something's got to fucking change. You might have a soulmate trying to intervene in the middle of a betrayal. Something that's ruined or in the process of ruining. But someone else is controlling. Libra, this makes my head hurt. This energy makes my head hurt. I have the Knight of Cups here with the Five of Wands. The Nine of Swords with the Fool in the reverse. The Five of Cups with the Four of Wands. And the Hermit with the Knight of Discs in the reverse. Eight of Cups on bottom. And the Queen of Swords on top. Libra, I think you have what feels like a million voices in your head of a whole bunch of people telling you what you should do, how you should do it, what you should say, how you should say it. And it's like, you need a few hours by yourself with your fucking phone turned off. Like, I feel like you have so many voices in your head. Some of them might be people. Some of them might be your demons. Some of them might be your angels. Like, you have so many voices inside your head. The truth is you want to move forward, or you have to move forward with the Eight of Cups on the bottom. Ultimately, whatever this energy is, it's resulting in forward movement because it is not fulfilling. It is not what you want. The card is indolence. I think if you try and communicate with someone from a loving place, right, the Knight of Cups, and you try and offer them something tangible, they fucking fight back, and it's like they're biting you. You know, like you're trying to say something nice and they come back with some like claws. You try and be nice and they show their teeth, you know? In a playful way, it's like wanting to go pet a cat because you love cats, and as soon as you go to pet them, they hiss and swipe at you, and it's like, I was just trying to be nice. You might be taking that from a couple different people. The Nine of Swords with the Fool in the reverse, though, it's like the Nine of Swords in this deck is cruelty. It's cruel. And the Fool in the reverse, you don't know how to get out of it. You don't know how to reset. Someone is fucking brutal. Like, no joke, like, mean is an understatement. It's cruel. The Five of Cups with the Four of Wands, like, it's such a major disappointment. You might have had really, really high hopes for you and this person. Really did have like a beautiful vision in your mind of what it could be. I've got a lot of Mars out here. Did I mention Mars earlier? Because we've got Mars out here on this card. The Nine of Swords is Mars. And then on the Five of Cups, we've got Mars on that card. Even the Four of Wands is Venus, but it's in Aries, and Aries is Mars. Leo is out here, Gemini is out here, Saturn's out here, Virgo's out here. You might need to watch Aries. Even the Fool is Aries. This is such a disappointment. You had such high hopes. You had such high hopes. It's like you've been incubating it for all of this time, right? Hoping that it would grow into something beautiful. And it's like stillborn, you know, like all of these hopes, all of these plans, all of these dreams for the future that you wanted to be born, you know, that you wanted to create. And it's like a stillborn. Like, that's the analogy that I'm getting. Like the devastation of it. The Hermit with the Knight of Dis, like, and the Knight of Dis is reversed. Like, you have to go back and retrace your steps because you missed something crucial. The Hermit does the inner work. There's something inside your shadows, something inside your subconscious, something buried in the self, some kind of wound, right? Because the Hermit goes looking inside its dark places for the snakes, right? They go looking inside the self, the deep knowledge of the self. Why am I manifesting this? Why did my manifestation not turn out? Why did it not turn out the way that I wanted it to? What did I miss? What did I miss? What critical red flag did I miss? Spirit just said someone only cared about themselves. Someone only cared about themselves. It's like I'm getting this visual of spirit holding your hands and moving your hands to put the puzzle pieces together. Like spirit is directing you to pick up this puzzle piece and pick up this puzzle piece and start putting the pieces together. Like I'm seeing spirit's energetic like hands over your hands, guiding you to start putting the pieces together so that you could see the bigger picture. Something about the way that it looks. Someone only cared about themselves and how they looked. And it might not be physical appearance necessarily, like looked beautiful, but they only cared about how they looked to other people, how they were perceived by other people. They want to be perceived as successful, or they want to be perceived as having it all, or they want to be perceived as sane, or they want to be perceived as the perfect fill in the blank. It has something to do with how they're perceived. They care about the opinions of other people. And someone only cared about themselves. Like it's like, I'll give you an example. Maybe someone has 3 different children by 3 different partners. And so they decide to work it out with one partner instead of moving on and meeting a new partner because it looks bad that they have 3 different children by 3 different partners and not be with any of them. So it looks a little better to be with someone that actually does have your children. You know, like it's appearances. Someone is trying to keep up appearances. Because it looks worse. You know what I mean? Like it looks worse. Like even if it doesn't look good, there's a reality that looks worse. And they would rather have the lesser of 2 evils. Like it's better to be a drunk and have a family that you take care of than be a drunk living by yourself. Well, yeah, they drink, but they maintain a family. They maintain a house. They maintain all of these things. Like it's not that bad. But if you didn't have the family living with you and you were just a fucking drunk, you know, like, oh yeah, they're a bad drunk, I heard, and they live by themselves. They don't have anybody. Like it looks bad, right? And it's just like one thing changing and it looks a lot different. And so it's like someone only cares about themselves and they're choosing certain things so that it looks better because they don't want it to look worse. It's appearances. It's no different than someone spending a lot of money on a really expensive car and they spend a lot of money on their really expensive clothes, but they live in a rundown, you know, like trailer park house, but nobody ever comes to their house. They never have company. But whenever they go out looking sharp. They're in their fine clothes. They're pulling up in their expensive ass car, and it's appearances. They don't want people to actually know the truth. It's appearances. They would rather put on that front that they have all this money and they're all well-to-do and they're well off and they're this and they're that to other people. But the reality, something is excruciatingly disappointing. It is beyond cruel. And I think that someone is keeping up appearances because they don't want to look bad. They don't want to look bad. It's like being with a toxic, abusive, verbally abusive or physically abusive individual, but they don't want to leave the house with the white picket fence and the dog and the kids because it would look bad. And so they just don't show people that part, and they tolerate the cruelty because they don't want to look bad. There's some volatile shit here. Hello in Scotland. Hi from the States. Yeah, pride will fucking get you. Yup. We were talking about Leo energy, like you gotta watch Mars too. Mars can be a glutton for punishment. It's the shadow side of Aries as the warrior, right? I could take all the pain. I could take all the pain and still be strong. Aries, I could take it. I'm strong enough. I could hold the whole world up. I'm Aries, like that kind of Mars energy. I could take it. I want to be seen as strong. And if strong means that I have to endure great pain, then let me be perceived as strong. I'll take it. Shadow Aries, shadow Mars. Instead of going to war with what is unjust, right? Going to war with what is unfair, which would be the balance of Aries and Libra. They try and hold up and be strong inside the injustice. Right? The appearances of being the best. Instead of being balanced and allowing the balance to be the best. Libra. I highly recommend you watch your other placements. And if you do have a very significant Mars placement, wherever Mars is in your chart, I don't even care where Mars is in your chart. Watch that sign. It'll clue you in to whatever you're doing. And if you've got other significant placements in there, like your moon, sun, or rising, understand what your Mars is doing. Okay? Understand what your Mars is doing. I think you will be surprised. Hey Rita, how you doing? For those of you who stuck around to the very end, let's pull a guidance card for everybody. Spiritual as fuck deck. Let's go. What guidance does everybody need, please, Spirit, who would catch these messages in divine time? Let's pull a guidance card. I love this deck. It drops more F-bombs than I do, to be fair. And I got no filter. Let's see. Spirit, what is the guidance for everybody? What card above all others would they need right now in divine time to serve them in their highest good? What card or cards above all others for my beautiful soul family? heart is the new balls. It says, how did testicles get so hyped up as the power center of the world? The heart, my friend, has always been far more powerful than those two delicate, dangly things. Check in with your heart. Put your hands over that giant thumping muscle and ask it straight up how it would run your day if it was given the chance. Then give it the chance. Oh, thank you, Good Vibes, for the super chat. Thank you. America needs God right now. So thank you for that. America needs God right now. Oh, we love you too. Thank you. Yeah. If your heart could choose for an entire day, if you let your heart choose for a whole day, now that is some spiritual balls right there. To let your heart lead. And I don't mean what the mind desires and what we think we want and what we love, but how we feel, right? The heart feels. The heart just feels. Our yin, our divine feminine energy within the self. It just feels. The top of the deck. The moment you start acting like life is a blessing, it starts feeling like one. I got you, Good Vibes. I knew what you meant. The vibes came through. The good vibes, that is. The moment you start acting like life is a blessing, it starts to feel like one. It says, get grateful, get grateful, get grateful. If you're looking for answers, the easiest fix to any problem is to start with gratitude. Look around and name something that's awesome. Do you have a truly amazing cat? Fuck yeah. What's awesome about that cat? Aren't you glad it's alive? Do you hate cats and don't have one? Isn't it amazing that you don't have to live with one of those furry little creeps? Okay, now keep going, right? Is JG a Sag? How about that? Yeah, I feel like move towards what you can be grateful for. If you've got to move away from things that don't feel good, then find gratitude in the fact that you can self-acknowledge and listen to your heart space and choose different. Right? Gratitude in the choice, gratitude in the lessons, gratitude in the blessings, gratitude in the shadow and the light alike. Because they both teach, they're both present, and they both heal, and that's their job. The shadow is just doing its job to help you heal, no different than the light is. They're not your enemy. Life is not your enemy. People in your life are not your enemy. They are your teachers, though. They teach you about who you want to be and who you don't. They teach you what works and what doesn't. They teach you what feels good and what doesn't. Because beyond this life, where our bodies, our physical meat suits and our names and our labels, beyond this, where none of this matters, we're all one and we love each other, you know. We all love each other over there on the other side of whatever this life is. So be grateful for the moments that you experience here as a student. Listen to your heart and let it follow you what feels better. Maybe you literally can even. Mm-hmm. Bottom of the deck. Grab your own butt and love yourself. It says whatever type of butt you have, you're a complete psychopath. If you can't see that butts of all kinds are super fucking awesome. Look around at all the butts in the world. Big butts, teeny tiny butts, jiggly butts, orangutan butts, elephant butts. Grab your butt right now. Aren't you lucky to be the kind of animal that gets to have a butt? The answer is yes, you are lucky, very, very lucky. Metaphorically, love your ass. Love your ass. Love who you are. Love who you are. Love this life. Love your butt. Literally and metaphorically speaking. Butts are a blessing. They get rid of all the shit that gets backed up in there. Spiritually speaking, it's no different. We got to get rid of all of the shit that gets backed up inside of our energy. You know, at some point we have to process through everything that we consume in our experience and get rid of the shit. Tell me I'm wrong. We have to process through experiences. We take it in, we utilize what we can, grow with what we can, and the rest of the shit, we just got to let it go. The shit that doesn't matter, like hate, like anger, like sadness, like regret, like fill in the blank. None of that shit actually matters. You can learn, you can hold gratitude, you can be happy, you can be at peace. You can utilize experience to grow. You can let experience nourish you, and then all of the other stuff, just let it go. It's not worth hanging on to resentment and bitterness or anger or pride in a negative way, because pride can go both ways. Pride has its benefits, but if it's not serving you, let the shit go. And love your ass, because it is a literal reminder that letting the shit go is a part of life. We all have a derriere that lets the shit go as a physical reminder, as above and so below, as within and so without. The inner reflects in the outer. We all have a backside that shits to literally remind us that we have to let the shit go sometimes. Constipation doesn't feel good. You have to let it go. So if you dealt with shitty things in life, find forgiveness for those people. They knew not what they did. They really didn't. Their spiritual ignorance got in the way. You've done things that were pretty shitty sometimes, I'm sure, and your own ignorance got in the way. You didn't know better at the time. If you know better now, great. Maybe you really didn't know better at the time. Maybe you thought you can get away with something. Maybe you thought something wouldn't have such damning repercussions, whatever. Maybe you didn't think you mattered when you did, and you hurt somebody when you didn't think you could ever hurt them because they didn't care, but they did. Like whatever it was, let it go. It does not serve you to hold on to it. And that is the guidance. Okay. Like, you're most welcome. Yeah, true facts. The company that I work for, we give free food to the hungry when they come in. And I love that about them. Yeah, I know. I feel you on that one. I feel you on that one. Good vibes for real. You're most welcome, Risa. I love you too. I love you too. I appreciate you all for your presence. I appreciate you all for wherever you are in the world and the ripple that you put out there in the highest good of everybody. And respect the fact that you guys invest in yourselves and figuring this life thing out, that you invest in the knowledge and in yourselves and uncovering these things so that you can grow and be a better person. You know, I respect that and appreciate that a lot. So thank y'all very much. I hope you enjoy the replay and divine time whenever it catches you. Know that my love is with you wherever you are in the world and with whatever you're going through. All right. Until we next meet, take care, everybody.